Hi, and welcome to Karma Spiritus. I'm a healer, psychic, medium, and tarot reader. Not in the traditional way. I read the energies of the cards that have been chosen for you at this time. My readings aren't time specific, so maybe it's a message for you to hear now or for the future, or maybe it's a message you need to hear to support you on your life's journey. Always remember, time and energy is fluid, and change is according to the path that you take. And most importantly, remember, we always have free will. Please accept these readings with love and light. Now, with all that said, let's get on with your reading. Virgo. Love you. Right. We have, I'll get into the cards. We have the Seven of Swords, we have the King of Wands, we have, those are reversed, the Five of Wands, upright, and the Magician. And that's from the Gilded Tarot. And from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Blessed and Treasure Island. And from the Atlantis Oracle cards, we have Protection. I feel that if you take the advice that the Spirit is giving you right now, you'll be absolutely fine. And I think you're actually on your way. You've now looked at your own present situation. You've decided to take off that mask, to be honest with yourself and with others around you. I think you've done a lot of introspection. And I mean, you still have some to go. We always have learning to do. We always have to keep on check and keep ourselves in check and always check in. I always talk about checking in. And when I have clients, I speak to them and something's not going right. I say to them, but were you checking in at the time? So checking into your integrity, checking into your anger, checking into your emotions, checking in, where are you at this moment in time? Was that a little bit over the top, or could you have avoided that situation? Could you have smiled a bit more? Could you have been a bit more patient? Or could you just have told that person exactly how you feel and get that off your chest so the next person doesn't get it? Checking in. Just checking into your thoughts, your feelings, where you're at. Although, Virgos are earth signs, they're grounded, they appear quite strong, they are very sensitive beings. And their emotions can run away with them and can be somewhat imbalanced in some way. They seek perfection in everything, including themselves. And we all know that nothing is perfect, but everything is perfect because it's just the way it should be. So striving for this perfection, for whatever that perfection is, it's challenging to a Virgo because that balance isn't there. Excuse me, the sense of just letting sleeping dogs lie, or just, that's the way someone else is, just leave them to it. They want to strive for the most perfect situation, the most perfect answer, perfect personality, and within all of these perfections, things go wrong. They will go wrong. You will become quite imbalanced, Virgo, because your emotions are not in check. You need to understand that everybody is different. No one can live up to your standards. You can't live up to your own standards. Yes, you can be organized. Yes, You can structure things, you can be methodical. And those are your gifts and your talents and the good traits about you. But when a Virgo is unbalanced, it can really, really, really have a major impact, not only on them, but on the people around them, their environments. They can get extremely angry. It's extremely despondent with what's going on around them, and in turn they turn on themselves. But what they don't realize is that it's quite outward, and it impacts everyone around them. They may go silent, go in themselves, be very self-critical as well, which is detrimental to your own well-being, Virgo. We need to know when. Virgo needs to know when. If you see a response on someone's face, you've said something, you've done something, you've responded to them in a cutting way, or just responded in a way. And if you see anger on someone's face, upset on someone's face, disappointment, they've gone away crying, Virgo, you're not right. It's not right. And just because in your head what you've said is perfect and what you've said appears to be the right thing in your eyes, clearly it's not. Virgo, you can be very, very cutting. I'm just going to get straight to the point. Very cutting, very damning in what you say, very sharp, and chop people down. Surely you must know that other people's feelings count. And if you don't, then that appears to be quite a narcissistic view, where all you care about is your thoughts and your feelings, you protect yourself and what's going on for you. That's great. But also, you need to consider others. There is a point in time when you see that response on somebody's face, you must know it's not right. You're chipping away at someone else's self-worth, self-preservation. You've chopped into it completely. And once you chip away at something, you can't get it back. That person's hurt. That person's upset. So, Virgo, I think you get the point. You need to strike a balance in what is perfect in your eyes. What appears to be perfect in your mind, in your thoughts, or in your emotions? How much are you preserving yourself because of your sensitivity and not thinking about others? But Virgo, you also can be very balanced when you need to be. Very considerate, a loyal friend, a loyal partner, a loyal family member. Everybody relies on you for the truth and your sense of being a really rounded and grounded person. So what makes you respond to people in a way that you know is going to upset them? There is a narcissistic tendency about that. If you're just feeling good for yourself, if you're going to say things, do things that just make you feel perfect and right, because a Virgo always has to be right, it can't be true, can it? And then you have to put on this bravado, then you have to put on this show, and you have to be a certain person, and everything has to be perfect. It's not real life, really. You can get things to the best of your ability, and you're very good at that. You can be strong for others. You can be a good person without doing all those things that affect other people dramatically just to be right. So Virgo, I can see in the cards that you are now looking at that. You're understanding that words, deeds, actions, even thoughts that go through your head that make you then respond maybe in a vindictive way, in a way that's going to upset somebody. It's not conducive. It's not actually conducive for you. Because then you're going to create an environment of conflict and upset. You're going to be warring and fighting all the time. Okay, so you're right, but you're fighting. You're all right, but you're in conflict. But you're not right. You're not right. It's not always right. Sometimes we need to reflect on who we are and how we're dealing with people. And what the best outcome, what's the best outcome? Do you need to be right? Is that the best outcome all the time? Or do you just need to have a really peaceful, loving environment where you compromise and you see your faults and your partner's faults or the situation, and know that, this time it's not going to be perfect, whatever that is. It's not going to be to your liking completely. But you know what? You're still a good person. That person's still a good person. You still care for them. You still love them. They're still whatever they need to be for you. And you need to work on that. Work your magic. There's the magician here. You are the magician, Virgo. Work your magic. Turn all that negative into a complete and utter positive. Make it work for you. Be that showman. Do the best because you want the best. The best outcome for the two of you in your life. This is your life as well. When you're right, that's only half of your life. The other half is upset and despondent. And you're ruining your own life because that person is part of your life. That group is part of your team. So you need to look at what's best for all. You're quite good, you're quite perceptive, you know what people like, what they enjoy. You're good at pleasing people. You want the best for yourself and the best for others that you love and care about. So I think you've learnt now that you have to just be you, whatever that is. Show your sensitive side, show your vulnerabilities. Just because you're showing your vulnerabilities doesn't mean that you're not strong, Virgo. It means that you have a heart, and actually you're strong because you're able to show your weaknesses and still feel okay. You need to put trust in the partnerships that you have, in the relationships that you have, in the team that you have to support you in your time of need. And don't put on this bravado and this show of always being, strong. Wrong and strong. That's what they say. You can't be wrong and strong. You can't be. Be fair. Be honest. Be true. Be that pillar of strength and support without being perfect and right all the time. Just be. Relax. Relax into your environment and what's going on for you. Because there's so much there. There's so many blessings there. Count your blessings, Virgo. Don't be too busy being right. Count your blessings as imperfect as they are, imperfect, sorry, as they are, they're blessings. And the blessing is within knowing that this is never a perfect world. We are not in a perfect world. If we were, there wouldn't be so many wars, so many conflicts. You can now prevent these conflicts from happening. You know yourself. You know when you're getting carried away. You know when you're not behaving, you're not giving the right response, and you just want to be right. That's too much for anybody. What if the two of you were like that? What would happen? You wouldn't have survived till now. Talk about giving and taking. You need to give and take as well. And this is in all aspects of your life, I think. This is a personal reading, but personal to your personality. It's a general reading, but if you know what I mean, this is about you. There's absolute treasures here. There's gifts of life, love, understanding, blissful peace, harmony. There's so many things here that you need to give thanks for. And keep them in the forefront of your mind. Keep the negativity, the negative Nancy away. Keep in the forefront of your mind the positivity and the blessings that you're receiving. Now you're changing. Now you're seeing that life can be happy, can be good. Keep it that way. And when you feel a little bit of an imperfection coming on, just go do something else. Seriously, think before you engage your mouth, your tongue. Think before you put those words, those damning, cutting words into action. Stop. When you're at work, you have to think. You have to think about what you're going to say to your colleagues. What's they'd be going outside and duffing you up every day? It's the same way you need to think when you're speaking to your family and your loved ones. Think about what you're saying, your responses, the level of combat you want to give. If you're in a relationship of any sort, you're in a relationship to love, to care. Lay yourself bare. Be vulnerable. And that person, as much as you are there to catch them when they fall in other ways, they also absolutely need you there emotionally. Not emotionally unavailable, emotionally available in every shape and every form. Yep, and they may do things that you don't necessarily like. But that's the way of the world. Because when you go to work, there's people doing a lot more things that you don't like, and you have to put up with it. And you're probably very polite about it too. So don't bring that stuff to your loved ones. Go to the gym, walk it off, sing it off, do something to release those negative pent-up feelings. The King of Wands reverse. His emotions are all over the place. And it causes absolute chaos and carnage in his life. And he doesn't understand why. Why things are not going his way. I think now you really do understand. You started to understand that you too have to be really honest about who you are and where you are, and balance out those emotions. Don't get so angry so quickly. Don't spurt off at people. It's damaging. You know this now. You've recognized exactly what's going on. You've heard it time and time again, but now I think your inner being, your inner knowing is very much aware. So keep this going, Virgo. And there's so many, you know, because you've kept yourself so closed with this mask of perfection. Now you've released this mask. There is a wealth of loving emotions that you can give. It's like a whole new relationships with your family or whoever it is. There's a whole new world out there for you now. And when you give, you're going to receive. You're going to receive so much. But you've got to keep in mind that this has to stay at the forefront now. There's no turning back, Virgo. Your inner knowing knows that this is the time. You know that success is yours now. If you continue in a positive light and you're planting those seeds of prosperity, abundance in your life. So once you've planted those seeds, you water and you nurture them. This will grow, Virgo. So please, allow this to grow. Allow your life to become abundant. Lots of blessings, lots of love that I know you can give. Right, Virgos, love you guys loads. If you like the reading, please like, share and subscribe. And please come back. There'll be so much more. I feel that definitely these readings are not time sensitive. I think they can just go on and on and on and on. So you can look back at this in months, years later and still find something, golden nuggets in here for you. Just to improve things. And I know you can do it. I know you can do it, Virgo. Okay? So please come back and enjoy the channel. And remember, be true. And to thyself, be true. Ciao for now.